Welcome into my channel. I'm feeling called today to the messages of the Mermaids deck. I'm going to cleanse the space. I'm sharing from my heart for the highest good of all. I invite spirits of the light for whatever messages they'd like to send through me. Thank you for being here. I'm new to doing this on camera, so sometimes I might be clumsy and fumbly. I trust that whatever messages come through, they'll make it through that clumsiness that I suppose anyone has at the beginning of anything new. This deck is by Karen K. For the first reading on the channel, the messages, the cards just flew right out. I'm not quite sure how they're going to do this time. Take that one. I'll be as mindful as I can of the sound. In case you're wearing headphones. I personally like the sound of the cards shuffling. They're sure not flying out as fast as they were the other day. That was actually yesterday. We took 5 cards last time. We'll take 6 this time. I'm going to shuffle for one more. Oh, my goodness. Guess we'll take 2 more. Okay. Just make sure they're in the frame here. I don't do reversals. So this is recognition. The artwork on these cards is simply gorgeous. Mermaids are beautiful and mystical creatures. There's some thought that the mermaid lore comes from fishermen, and they'd be on the water so long that they would begin to hallucinate, and that maybe they would see dolphins and think they were mermaids. I love dolphins too, so either way, dolphins are graceful like a mermaid. Recognition. It can be hard to be recognized, especially when you have a past that you've been criticized, when you've been noticed or recognized. It can make you shrink and be afraid to be recognized, so you're becoming smaller than you might have actually been. Hope. I don't think I've ever seen this one with the rainbow in the back. Look, there's a ship on the horizon. Being hopeful. Not giving up hope. Hope is a tricky kind of thing, though. If we have hope for things that there really isn't hope for, and there can be those things that we have to give up hope for, things that are not going to have the ending that maybe we originally hoped for, recognizing that giving up hope for things that may not have been good for us is actually a good thing. But there is always the rainbow, to be hopeful for things that there is hope for. That's a positive thing, to have hope. The human condition is one that needs a certain sense of hope. So it's that balance of keeping hope alive for the things that are worth having hope for, and then letting go of those things, learning to recognize those things that it's time to let go of the hope for. It can really be freeing and release from a lot of heavy emotional burden. I think having hope for the future, it's great that this hope card came out right before the future card. Having hope for a future, even if the past has been not what you would have hoped for, even if you've made mistakes, if you haven't realized your full potential yet. She's looking in the crystal ball. I have a little crystal ball. Maybe I'll show you sometime. I found it outside, actually, and it's tiny. I made it. It's a, well, maybe I'll show you sometime, but the images you can see in a crystal ball are pretty neat. I don't know, maybe you have a crystal ball. One thing we can't do is predict the future. That is out of our hands. We can manifest and put in the work that we can do, but predicting the future is something that nobody has been able to do yet. Some people claim that they can, but I am here to tell you nobody's been able to prove yet that they can do that. Here's a turtle. What kind of fish is this? I'm not sure. But she's underwater, hoping for a future. Maybe she's needing to do the work. Maybe she's underwater thinking about it too long, lost in her emotions. She's above the water. She's come up for air. And there is where she sees the rainbow and the ship. So maybe that's important to somebody. Waiting. That ties into what I was just saying. Like maybe she's waiting under the water, thinking about her future. And now, as we move to the next card, she's moved up out of the water, looking on the horizon. Still, she's waiting. There's a time for that, a time to retreat, think about things, take stock of where you are. Things don't always go as planned. And when that happens, there's a period of regrouping, like we talked about yesterday. When life stings, we have to regroup. So there is a time of waiting. Waiting can be frustrating, that in-between period, when Maybe there's a recognition that something new needs to happen. There's a hope for it. There's a new future on the horizon, but yet it hasn't come yet. You're waiting for it. Truth. This is one of my favorite cards in this deck. And I feel like that is a truth. The truth that no one knows the future. I really wish someone did. That would be, I mean, I think I wish someone did, but then yet I don't know what that would be like. Probably not what I envision it. I don't think we're supposed to know the future. The truths in life are that we all have a limited time here. That is a truth. We're born here for a purpose. I believe that's a truth. And even that's a debatable truth. Some people would say we're not born here with a purpose. We're just born here random. My personal truth is that we're born here with a reason, a purpose. And it's up to each of us to find out what is that truth for us. What is your truth? What were you born to do? What were you put on this earth to do? What do you think about truth? Mystery. It's exactly what I was saying. It's a mystery. The future is a mystery. Try as we might, try as you might, it really is a mystery. Even when we manifest, even when we think we know what we want and we get the manifestation mantra just right, we think. When we look back on it years later, it's amazing how the spirit and the universe had a plan of its own that we didn't know at the time. And I've heard it said, and I believe this applies, life must be lived moving forward, but we can only truly understand it looking back. It's interesting how so many of these cards came out upside down today. And I never do read cards in reverse, so I don't think I ever will, but a lot of them have come out in reverse. And this is so fitting for the end of this reading, because ask for help. And that's something that's hard for a lot of people to do. Is that hard for you to do? It's hard for a lot of people to do. That's hard for me to do. And this whole message being tied up with ask for help, to me, is perfect, because it is okay to ask for help. It's okay when you're in that waiting period and maybe you don't have the full plan, to reach out, ask for help, learn something new, take a course, take a class, watch podcasts maybe on the topic that you're interested in. But ask for help, ask Spirit for guidance. It's amazing to me how the answers come through when we ask for guidance from Spirit. Like the reading yesterday, I said my prayer, I asked for the highest good of all and spirits of the light to come through, and as I was pulling the cards, the exact cards just for my own personal situation came out. And as I was thinking about it, I think it's appropriate for me to say we in the readings, because this is a channel that I believe will be for kindred spirits, and I'm part of that. So I may sometimes say we, I may say you or I, but I'm excited to see what happens. Again, I suppose this reading could be applied to myself if I think about it. Yeah, starting a new channel and being recognized as a new channel. And what will that be? My hope for the channel? What will the future of it look like? I'm waiting right now as it's in its infancy. I'm here to share my truth. It's a mystery, though, what's going to happen. I have no idea. And asking for help. So I'll apply that to myself and say, if you would like to be along for this journey, I invite you to come along with me, subscribe, and that will really help the channel. So that's today's reading, and I'll see you soon.